Welcome back everyone to the reboot of the Robinhood 3K Challenge. People have been demanding for months that I start this series again, and to be honest, I have wanted to, but the real impetus for me to pick it back up was some German guy named Uberschaft on YouTube who accused me of stopping the challenge because I lost all my money. And the real kick in the shins, he said Theta Gang must be bogus. Guys, I can't have that, so we're gonna do some 3K challenge. The real reason I stopped making these videos is because once everyone went back to work or school post-COVID, everyone stopped following the series. My audience prefers dank trades. So if I'm gonna keep up with the 3K challenge, I need you guys to help me get the momentum back. Smash that like button and comment below so YouTube gets tricked into thinking this is a good video and puts it in front of more people. I'll make videos monthly if the people so desire. Alright, enough belly aching, let's get rolling into this video. And I thank Seeking Alpha for sponsoring this production. We'll talk more about them later. Here's my portfolio as of today, November 4th. I haven't really done any trading in this account since the American Airlines PMCC in the last episode, which I sold off when the stock got pinned down on the runway. So basically nothing has happened in this account for a few months. The most exciting thing was watching my 13 shares of Snap get pee-pee smacked by unsatisfactory earnings. My 1/10 share of Sam that I bought when Sam Kling won the most upvoted comment twice in a row also got shaved in half from 1100 to 500. But on the bright side, I've got 1800 cash in this account, so I'll have lots of flexibility when I trade last episode's winner, AMD. Congratulations to Bemathy, or Bmathy, I'm not sure, for his landslide 164 vote victory. In this episode, I will return to my roots and trade AMD. If you'll recall, AMD was actually the first ticker I ever traded in this challenge when I used the wheel strategy a few weeks in a row to earn enough premium to buy some shares back when it was trading for about $30. I also stated in that video that I am choosing AMD over Tesla because Tesla doesn't produce revenue. That ended up being a bad call, but nonetheless, I actually really like AMD and I'm still holding the shares from those early days. AMD's revenue is climbing, it's expanding its market share, and CEO Lisa Su is still Bae. She was very briefly dethroned by Cathie Wood, but we all noticed quickly that Cathie was just riding Elon's coattails and isn't actually that good at investing. So Su Bae is back on top. But AMD isn't $30 anymore. I can't wheel at this price. So let's do some technical analysis and choose a trading approach. Starting with its price action, you don't need to be an astrologer to see the bullish action here. AMD reclaimed its 50 DMA at the beginning of October along with the rest of the market and ripped to a new high. These three white candles here is actually a pattern called three white soldiers, where a stock reverses off a downtrend with 3 green days in a row, and this is of course very bullish. MACD is my favorite technical indicator, and in this case, I find it particularly interesting. Usually once buying momentum starts to come off, the MACD histogram will at least hit the zero mark, if not cross it. But in this case, momentum is swinging back to the bulls as buyers get a second wind. You don't see that too often, and that's also really bullish. RSI is the only thing throwing me off a little bit. Obviously, with an RSI picking up momentum like this, we're really bullish. But we are now pushing 80 RSI, and I'm concerned that AMD is just a little too overheated. Bulls clearly have the ball right now, but we've got to dip soon to let this RSI cool off. So I'm concerned I might have missed the best entry weeks ago. All that said, RSI is still quite bullish, if a bit high. Overall, this is an extremely bullish set of technicals, and it's a really good time to go long. I wouldn't usually trade like this, but I'm just going to go straight for the call. We don't need to put credit spread or anything, let's just ride the wave. I give AMD a 9 out of 10 on the technicals, and I'm just dinging that 1 point because RSI is just too hot, and I think we are in the later half of this run-up. This is a really good time to buy shares, but with a call, I've got to be ready to get in and out quickly. My goal for this trade is to make enough profit for a share of AMD that I will hold into perpetuity. To reinforce my optimism on AMD, let's turn to SeekingAlpha.com. Seeking Alpha is sponsoring this video and offering a special discount just for Theta Gang, and they've got some really cool stuff that I'm excited to show you guys. If you're not into fundamental analysis or sponsorships, skip to the next chapter and we'll start the trade. On Seeking Alpha Premium, I'm first going to see where AMD ranks among its top tech stocks. And even better than I could have expected, AMD is right here at number 3. Its metrics are really strong except for valuation, since this is a hot growth stock with a high price to earnings ratio. But this is a really well-liked stock across the board, with Seeking Alpha authors, Wall Street analysts, and Seeking Alpha's Quant AI all being bullish. Let's click on the stock and look at its quant ratings. The quant is an artificial intelligence that Seeking Alpha bought from Crescap Investment Research back in December of 2018. Whereas I only used 4 metrics when I did technical analysis on AMD, this AI is using more than 150 technical and fundamental indicators. According to the machine that exists explicitly to evaluate stocks, AMD has shown bullish indicators since early summer and flipped very bullish sometime around early July. Right now, the AI is at its most bullish possible status except for the valuation metric, which barely matters on a growth stock. The one I really care about is right here, the A+ on momentum, which summons the technical indicators I need. Call it cheating if you want to, but I've got an AI agreeing with my own technical analysis, so I am really happy with this entry point. Just for some added confirmation bias, let's check some Seeking Alpha authors for their input. The stock has plenty of coverage, but the author with the best name is Asian Investor, so let's see what he has to say. Asian Investor's coverage history has been bullish on AMD for at least the past 12 months, so you know he's printing yen like no other. His focus is on revenue, just like mine is, and he notes AMD has massive year-over-year revenue increases on the regular. Earnings are very important, but personally I think increasing revenue is more important for a growth stock. You can disguise bad earnings with fancy accounting, but if revenue is bumping, that shows there is increasing demand for your product, so I feel really good about AMD. Asian Investor also points to high margins also gradually increasing, so their business model is consistent and increasingly profitable. You can't go wrong with this company. Asian Investor calls this a strong buy, and I agree. Let's use a call to earn shares, and then hold shares long term. Thank you again, Seeking Alpha, for sponsoring this video. They're offering a 14-day free trial to anyone who signs up and a 50% discount for those who use my referral. A special deal just for Theta Gang. Check the link in the description. So here we go. I'm just a hair under 5K in this account, and AMD is already swinging for the fences here around 10 a.m., trading at about $134. I should have just bought right away instead of dicking around with fundamental analysis for a short-term trade. But I'm going to open AMD's options chain and flip to November 19th to give myself some breathing room, and I'll buy one strike out of the money and take this 135 call for about $455. This isn't my usual trade, but Lisa is putting in work and I don't want to miss out. Now with that order open, I'll try to be patient about waiting for my fill. Alright, so it's been 10 minutes and I told myself I was going to be patient and let this trade run, but I think I've opened Robinhood at least once every 60 seconds so far. AMD is still pulling higher and we're flirting with my strike at 135. I'm up about $38 so far, so that's a good start. I'm obviously not going to sell at this point, and I think we will spike a little more before AMD backs off. I think I can hit my profit target today, since Su Bae is in the back straight up snorting lines of rocket emojis right now. And now that I'm well into the green, I'd feel a little bit better at this point by converting to a call debit spread by selling a deep out of the money call to recover some premium. But it looks like Vlad isn't going to let me do that because he thinks I'm selling a naked call. In reality, I'm not selling a naked call because I have my own call at the $135 strike with the same expiration date. But Robinhood being Robinhood doesn't seem to want to let me do that. Go figure, I'll have to stay naked. What I'll do instead is put a limit order in at $6, good for the day, and if AMD jumps another dollar or so, this limit order will fill and I'll have reached my profit goal very, very quickly. Alright Lisa, do your thing. So it took a lot of willpower, but I did manage to put my phone down for a few hours and take baby Becky and Snoofer for a walk. Looking at AMD now, I mean look at it, almost $138, up 5.69% on the day. Nice, I mean that is just crazy. AMD hasn't had a day like this in a long time. My sell order triggered right around here when the stock was approaching 137. I probably missed out on another $150 of gains if I didn't put in that sell order. But hey, I hit my profit goal, and frankly, I don't think AMD is going to keep up this momentum. I'll miss the top, but that's okay. Let's carry on with my plan and buy a share with the gains. Out of my $145 profit, this will allow me the space to buy a share at a little under 138, and I'll still have something like $7.50 left over. I don't want that extra change getting lost in my cash pile, so I'm going to spend it on a boomer cryptocurrency called Dogecoin, because the secret to wealth in 2021 was to buy any crypto with a dog in it. And there we have it, mission accomplished. It took me a long time to get this video out, but on the bright side, we now get to evaluate the result of this trade in hindsight. It's November 15th now, and my portfolio is up just a smidge from when I closed the trade on November 4th. As for AMD itself, It's clearly gone a lot higher than I anticipated, and I missed this big boost here to the mid 150s when AMD announced some kind of partnership with Meta, formerly known as Facebook. No one saw this coming except for Zuck and Su Bei, so I don't feel bad about missing that boat. I do regret selling as early as I did, however, because if we look at the 135 call now, it's trading for $1,000, whereas I sold it for $600. I could have had an additional 2 shares out of this trade, but I set my goal too low and failed to capitalize. This is the reality of playing it too safe. Sometimes you miss out. I usually don't go straight for calls, so I'll chalk this up to low swag on my part. So while I hit my goal for the episode, I'm happy but not satisfied. I'll have to aim higher next time. Since I closed this trade really quickly, I'm going to start the next trade pretty much as soon as the votes are in. Drop the ticker you want to see traded in the next episode underneath my pinned comment and vote on the ones you like. The most votes gets my next trade. And trust me, I'm not going to make you guys wait 5 months for the next episode again. I'm excited to pick back up with this challenge, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Thanks for watching.